All right, so what we're going to talk about today is how to go in and make notes in code. Some different tools that we use, extensions wise, and ways of organizing it that can kind of help you get things in line and stay on course. So, the first thing we want to look at here is inside your workspace over here, you're going to want to start a folder off. I like to call mine snippets. It's where I keep all of my notes. I divide it by type of code. You can do that if you want. The level that you get in organization is entirely up to you. So, like in my JavaScript ones, I've saved stuff like the Fisher Yates shuffle method here, and I saved some extra information in there about it. Now, if you're using a snippets folder and you're taking notes and you want to be able to differentiate, like up here in the top, the comments a little bit better, there's an extension that I use for that. So the extension that is my favorite is called Comment Anchors. And what Comment Anchors does is it lets you use certain anchors in order to like save them as kind of a book of your comments. Comment Anchors is by Starlane Studio. It is a fantastic application for this. Now, there are other ones that do it very similar, but if you're using Anchor to do fix me, stub, note, review, section, or link as your tags, it works excellent. Or if you want to create your own custom tags and have them pop up to where you can see the color, it's an excellent option for that. So I'm going to show a little bit of what this does over here. So this is my comment anchors extension here. And let's say I'm in this Fisher Yates shuffle method here. And let's make this test a function. Let's just make this a note here. So we've added the tag. The whole thing's highlighted. Now I'm going to show how to do that in a minute. But I can click the comment anchors extension and see both of these tags. If you're working in a large project and you can go down and find it, I can see exactly what line number it's on. I can click it and go straight to it. So it puts it at the top of the page for you so you can see the code in there. And it really gives you a lot more control over your notes. Now, I like to make my comments super bright like this. If you'll notice, just about all of my tags are really custom like this, and they stand out so that I'm going to find them in the code wherever they are. So I even made a custom tag called info. And so like anything I write out with info is going to be the super bright white. And I just do that to make it a little easier for me to keep up with what's going on. So in order to edit how that looks once you've downloaded the Comment Anchors extension, you're going to go down here, click on the gear cog, and go to your settings. Now, in order to get to the settings.json file, normally I will type in settings and I'll just click on where it says edit in settings.json here under the font ligatures, and it'll bring me in here to the code. Now, if you scroll up, you're going to notice this pattern right in the middle after you've installed this, where it has listed off all of your different tags. Now, if you set style comment equal to true, then it will highlight the entire tag. If you want to change the color, you can change the color of the tag by changing highlight color. And if you want to change the little anchor over here to a specific color, you can even do that on icon color. Now, by default, most of these have the scope of workspace. You can either do workspace or file. If you do workspace, then you can search through your workspace and get all of the anchors in every single file. Now, I have all of my projects here, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. Now, the next extension that I'm going to talk about is called Polacode. Polacode is an extension that lets you take pictures of your code so that you can share them out as PNG. So I've already got it installed here. We're just going to go over to this Fisher Yates method. And let's say I'm wanting to copy all of this code and put it over. I'm going to use the command to get up my command palette here and click on the Polacode extension. And then I'm going to come over here and select all of the code that I want the extension to show. I'll copy it, and then I'm just going to paste it over here. Now, how you take the picture here is going to be greatly determinant on what the picture ends up looking like. So if you need to drag this around, drag it to the way that you need to in order to show the code the way you want. And then once you've got it set up like that, you click this button right here and it'll pop up and ask you what you want to save it as. And so then I can save it. And when you use it, this is what the code is going to look like when it pops back up. Now, the advantage of having it set up this way is that I can copy any bit of this that I want. If you click on the letters, you can copy it, highlight it, and copy it out. Now, occasionally you will see a bug down here where it'll overlap the text. That's unfortunate. It kind of depends on the spacing. Sometimes you can edit things and get it to work right. Hopefully they update that soon. But between this and being able to do your comment anchors and using GitHub as a place to share your code out, it gives you a few options. And then you can use the snippets folder that we discussed to kind of keep up with it. All you have to do is name the folder with the file extension for the type of note that you're taking. So if you want to take HTML notes, you'll do such and such .html. If you're doing JavaScript, it'd be .js. If you're doing CSS, it'd be .css. Anything like that that you need to do. This method works really good for being able to pull code in other parts of your workspace and is really kind of my preferred way of going back and forth and being able to access these things. So hopefully that helps you get a jump start on things and happy coding.